I'm a producer at award-winning production company Campsite Studios, and I'm also an entrepreneur and influencer. Today I have a guest with me that has been doing great things in terms of working hard on her own, starting at a car dealership, and then working her way up to doing what she's doing in terms of delivering cars. I'd like to introduce Paula. Appreciate you.
You already know. What's up?
Appreciate
Glad
you
to be here.
Appreciate you coming through. The convenient closing operation. That's what you call your business, right?
Yep.
So how'd you come up with the name? How'd you even get into being an entrepreneur? Let's jump into that first. Before we even get into the industry, how did you become being an entrepreneur?
Oh man. I don't know. I think entrepreneurship is kind of like a calling for some people. Not everybody can go into entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's not made for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not made for everybody. But prior to being an entrepreneur, I was working at Starbucks, and I was also working at Apple. So I was working at Starbucks full-time, Apple part-time.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, I got fired from both jobs, which is all good because
you gotta take some L's to really build up.
You feel me? Like I wasn't, had this been like maybe like 10 years ago, I probably would have been like stuck, like, damn, what am I gonna do? Because I've always been so used to working. But when it happened, I was chill. Like I kind of felt like at ease at that point. Literally right when I lost Apple, I had built a relationship with these brokers who actually I bought my car from that same year. No, the year prior.
What year,
right?
What year? What's around?
So this was 2019.
Gotcha,
I had bought my car from them in 2018.
Okay.
So there are celebrity brokers now, PTG 365. A lot of people might be very familiar with them.
Yeah, I remember you
now.
With them. Yeah.
So I mean, they're very well known. They have a Snapchat show and everything. So in 2019. When I ended up losing my job, me and one of the owners had actually like connected. He wanted me to work with him. He said, "Yo, come on board. Let's do some great things." So I went over there. I've never worked. Now, mind you, I've never worked with cars at all.
Never been in this industry.
Never been in the automotive industry. The only thing I've done was buy cars. I think at that time it was my second car that I bought.
Yeah.
I was a first-time leaser, so I never even leased a car before. Other previous cars I had, they were already bought.
Yeah.
So when I went into there, I had no clue about the automotive industry at all.
Gotcha.
So it was very different. So when I stepped into it, I was scared, but I mean, it was something I was like, all right, cool. Well, I'm not that scared to make money. So I need money. I gotta make it. You get what I'm saying?
So you gotta get the money.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me go ahead. Let me see what it does for me. So when I went into so I started off as a sales rep. I was making a decent amount of money. It was cool. It was very different for me.
Yeah.
Now I knew about cars as far as like different brands, different manufacturers and stuff like that. But how to like structure of how to sell a car was brand new to me. I had no clue I had no clue what the fuck I was doing.
How did you learn that? How did you get to learn that?
Honestly, I was doing a lot of ear hustling. I was listening to the owners. They were teaching us things at the same time. So I mean everything, and I had other people around me who was in the automotive industry for a long time. So I was just like picking up on stuff. I was just like at that point I was just being a whole sponge.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta sit back, listen, and take information from other people that that's been doing it for a while, and then you create your own way to sell a car.
OD. That's
good. Sometimes you gotta sit back and listen. Man.
Yeah. I mean, and that's really what it was all about, because I had no clue what I was really getting myself into. I came into a little drought with selling. So at the time, one of the owners, again, he came to me. He said, "Yo, listen, I see that you're having a little trouble right now selling cars, making money. I want you to do this. I'm gonna put you in another position." He was like, "Your personality, everybody loves it. This is what we want you to do. We want you to go out." Now this was me not selling cars anymore. He was like, he was like, "I want you to go out. I want you, when we have a car that needs to be delivered, I want you to go grab the car, deliver it to the client, sign the client out, take picture, take video, and then bring paperwork back."
Kind of like promo for the dealership.
You get what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool. I mean, I was like, that's easy enough. He said, "We'll pay you per car."
Oh,
I said,
fire, let's get
I said, lit. I said, perfect. I said, cool. Now at the time they was on a roll. You know what I'm saying? Like I was making good money doing it. I was making, and it was fast. You get what I'm saying? So it was cool, and I was having a lot of fun doing it. Everything was being like filtered through me, so I was kind of like the boss of the delivery team.
Like you created your own department.
Yo, so pretty much what would happen is that there'd be a delivery put into a chat. I'd filter it. I get a driver to go get the car.
Got you.
I get a photographer to go meet us at the spot.
Got you.
I get all the supplies that I need. Go there, hit up the client, let them know what time we coming, sign them out. So now this is where it's working. We in a logistics point of the delivery service, right? So as time goes by, though, the dealership world and the automotive industry is very unorganized.
Very, like what you mean unorganized?
So it be times where I'm told, hey, this car is ready. I get there, the paperwork is not finished. Now I can't take the car off the lot, the paperwork's not done.
Exactly.
So I'm sitting there, I have a driver waiting there for hours. Sometimes up to 4 to 6 hours waiting for a vehicle.
6 hours.
Now in that span of time, I got a client who's calling me off the hook because they're like, yo, we thought my car was coming at this time. I got the owners calling me off the hook. They're like, yo, where's the car? Where you at? Yeah. And it's down at third. Then I got a driver who's upset because he's like, yo, I've been waiting here for 4 to 6 hours. Why I haven't taken this car off the lot yet? You feel me? So I was trying to, in the midst of it, I was trying to organize it as well, but it kept falling through. It wasn't.
It's hard to organize, especially dealing with so many people.
It's so many hands in one pot. And I was trying to take those hands out the pot and also organize everything at the same time. At the same time, keep everybody in the loop. But it just became a battle after a while. Gotcha. I was battling with the owners. I was battling with my team. I was like, nah, I gotta think of something. So pretty much I was doing that for like a year and a half. I had started jotting stuff down. I started writing stuff down. I was like, nah, I gotta be a simpler way to this.
Gotcha.
It gotta be easy.
You started taking notes and like figuring out how you can go about doing your own thing.
Right.
You know,
so I was not even my own thing, but I was like, yo, I gotta cut down time. Like I can't have drivers sitting at a dealership waiting 4 to 6 hours for a car. That makes no sense.
That's bad customer service at the end of the day.
You get what I'm saying? And that's what it started to become. It started making us look bad. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, there gotta be a better way. Then I started thinking about the money aspect, right? So I'm thinking about it like this. I was like, damn, if I could do this with one broker and I could deliver 30 cars this month with them, what if I got a second broker? Yeah. Or what if I got a second dealership? What if I got a third dealership? Like, you know, how much, if I can knock out 30 cars in 1 month, why can't I knock out 60? Why can I knock out 90? Like, why I gotta subject myself? Why I gotta subject myself? I'm getting paid this much per car, you know, and I'm leveraging so much at the end of the day. So why do I have to subject myself to just one company?
So and asking yourself this question, like, why? Like,
now, this is where I really started thinking because the pandemic hit. Nobody wanted to ride the train. True. Everybody was trying to buy cars, but nobody was trying to come outside.
Perfect.
So us delivering cars we was winning delivering cars. Because there was barely any dealerships open, but the dealerships that we was kind of working with, they were open. Everybody wanted their cars delivered because nobody was coming outside.
Everybody was scared. It's like, nah, you can't get that to me.
Everybody was scared.
Come up.
So that's when I started thinking, I'm like, nah, if and the convenience. So this is where the name comes from. Because the convenience of it, we run like a FedEx or a regular like delivery logistics company.
Gotcha.
So when FedEx or Amazon or UPS, they deliver, that's kind of like what we do too. Okay. We put together the logistics of it just for the dealerships. And that's where the service comes in.
Gotcha.
So the convenience of it is the fact that at a dealership or the broker, y'all don't got to leave. Y'all could just set everything up for us. We come get everything. We deliver the car. We sign the paperwork. We bring it back to you. And then you get the professional content with it.
Damn.
At a cost. Right? Because I'm saving you time.
You're saving them time. You're saving them time, not really necessarily money, but you're saving time to have to deal with that.
And I'm making them
organized.
Thank you. Keeping them organized. And I'm making them more money. Because a lot of the times how the system works in a dealership now, if they don't have a system, is that they make their sales reps go out and deliver cars.
Oh.
Now that could take anywhere between 3 to 4 hours.
Especially in the city.
So now what does that mean for the sales rep? That means you're out of the office. That means you're not making money. You losing clientele, and you're not able to get any new clientele.
Damn. So it's a loss at the end of the day. Like you get one client, and they like, that's great, but I'm about to lose out on all the potential because I'm dealing with delivering your car.
Exactly. You outside delivering one client a car.
Damn. So that's when the service. That's when you find the need. That's a need right there. Damn.
It was, and it's so crazy because it was such a need that I had to get a certain insurance, general liability insurance for my drivers.
Okay, because you're
to save us, right? Because my drivers are the one responsible to go get the car to drive. God forbid anything happens. In the midst of that, they have to be covered under some type of insurance.
Yeah, for sure.
And I couldn't get insurance. I could, because nobody, every insurance company that I hit up, I talked to, every sales rep, every person that I tried to speak to, all they kept saying was, "There's no market for this. We don't even know how to put this underneath any type of insurance for you."
Damn, so you actually contact insurance companies trying to get this in motion, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have an answer for you."
That's a fact.
We don't supply that type of insurance.
Yep.
So how'd you get around that? How'd you work around that?
Okay, so my best friend, she actually works with me. So she handles all of the HR and pretty much most of the operations of the company, all that good stuff. So we kind of we contacted as many people. So we finally got a quote for somebody, and it's still like in the works now because they're still trying to figure out how to structure the insurance against them. Because technically, when they take a car off the lot, it already has insurance on the car.
Got you. Okay.
So it's just really all about my driver having insurance, right? So correct.
Got you.
So what we figured out was we have a transporter plate now.
Transporter plate.
We had to get a transporter plate.
So what is it? What is that?
So it's like a dealer plate. So it's covered. It's basically us covering our liability for it. So it's underneath the company. It basically saves and allows my drivers to go out and actually be able to transport cars from place to place.
Because you gotta think, I think that's like kind of like U-Haul, like doesn't U-Haul and certain like all the other services use those type of things. But they have to have a way for people to drive their vehicles as well.
Yep.
So that was a good loop. That was a good workaround. So people don't even think about that. So that's a good way. That's showing that you're persistent in trying to get this to work. Like, damn, once some people don't ran into that insurance issue, like damn, fuck it.
They would have stopped.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, it is what it is. Like I tried, but you worked around it. It's like I'm gonna get the plates, and I'm gonna just that way all my drivers is good.
Yep.
Damn. So how'd you go about building the drivers? How many drivers do you have?
So right now I currently have 3 drivers, including myself, and I also have another delivery coordinator who I have as well. So she drives. So pretty much my drivers, I actually was crazy is that I know all of them personally.
Oh, okay.
Yes and no. So one of my guys, I used to manage him at Starbucks, which was cool. Another guy I met through a mutual friend. Me and him have like crossed paths once in a while in parties and get-togethers and stuff like that. But he became a really good dude and a very reliable, responsible person that I have on my team now. And another dude actually, he was my driver when I was with PTG 365.
Oh wow!
So he actually had left kind of around the same time that I did. Maybe if not the same time that I did. Gotcha. And my other delivery coordinator, we also were working at PTG 365 together too.
Yeah,
so I mean, listen, I didn't take my resources. You get what I'm saying? But I would say is that they understood my vision. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why
they was like, yo, we gonna do this with you.
It's different. Like that's what I'm saying. Like when I troop, I was like, I want to definitely get joined because it's something different.
Yeah.
And I don't really see too many people. I don't know nobody else doing it. Really.
Nobody.
Period. Only other thing we talked about off camera was Carvana. Like it's like comparison to what you're doing, but it's not. So explain the difference between Carvana and your business. So my business, again, we just handle the logistics part of a dealership or broker who needs their car delivered to their client in a timely fashion. They want professional photography. They want to make sure their clients have a compliant sign-out process. They make sure all the paperwork is good to go. Because at the end of the day, if that paperwork is not signed and that's not brought back to the dealership, they don't get paid. Brokers won't get paid. The deal doesn't get funded. So they don't. There's no money coming in. It's like the deal never happened.
Exactly. And on top of that, I also handle reputation management for dealers and brokers. Right? Google reviews, Yelp reviews, Facebook likes, like all that stuff is so important right now that a lot of businesses, especially in the automotive industry, because it's so saturated and there's so many of them, they don't hold accountability towards it. You know what I'm saying? And it's so important now because everything filters through social media.
Yeah, and if you got that one, if you're that dealership that has that one outstanding experience to people, they're gonna stand out versus the saturated market that's already out there.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
There's a dealership everywhere, especially in the city. You're going to Hillside,
OD.
Jamaica, you're going to anywhere.
The whole strip on the hillside is nothing but dealerships.
Exactly. So you don't know really which one to go to that have one that really stands out.
Right.
Provide services like that with professional. That's definitely going to help them win.
OD. So Carvana, the difference is Carvana actually sells cars.
Gotcha.
We do not sell cars at all.
I just have a relationship with dealerships.
We just have relationship with dealerships, finance managers, where we're allowed to, they trust us to take the cars off the lot, go deliver to their client, and they know it's gonna, everything is gonna be okay. They can trust that everything will be handled at that delivery.
Gotcha. Okay.
Now Carvana, like I said, they actually sell cars. They do a delivery process, but they just deliver the car. They deliver the car and make sure the paperwork is signed, and that's that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Carvana too, a lot of people don't understand too, is that they only sell used cars. They don't do new cars.
So it's never new cars. It's
right. It's used cars.
Pre-leased cars
that Carvana does. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually had a couple of, when I was selling cars, I actually had a couple of clients who turned down Carvana to buy a car with me. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. See, yeah. Off the hype, you think they have the marketing dollars to push
absolutely
a lot more, and I'm seeing them a lot more as I'm driving through the city, and even outside of New York, I'm seeing them a lot more. So I think the convenience thing is going to be a key moving forward. And I think to your name, the business itself is really because eventually everything is going to be hands off. You just send that out there and get it taken care of without anything you want to buy Amazon. They change the game.
That's what I'm saying.
With this car delivery.
I'm telling you, it's crazy because like I said, it saves a lot. It saves a lot of dealerships, and it saves a lot of sales reps who work in dealerships, a lot of auto brokers who don't even have inventory on their lot. So the thing with the auto brokerage world right now is that, most auto brokers don't have inventory. So you can't walk into a regular auto brokerage or leasing company and see a car because they don't have anything. Okay. They're what a lot of people don't understand with brokerage is that they're the middleman to dealerships and a client.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, say for instance, you're trying to buy a car, but you don't want to look for the best deal. You don't feel like going to dealership to dealership.
Yeah, you just want somebody to be able to find
to do it for you.
Okay.
So that's where, right? That's what brokers do. Okay. They look for that deal for you. So then most of the time they ask, what cars you looking for? What's your style? You trying to lease or finance? And then they're the ones that do the work for you.
Find the car and everything like that.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
But like I said, where I come into play is that now a lot of brokers now they have to go get the car. How they gonna get you? How they gonna get the car to you? Right? So that's where they leverage me at, where they can book me. They can have us go get the car and whatever. And like I said, my packages include, again, because social media is very important. Yeah. Marketing is very important. What your page looks like is very important. That's where I come into play. So that they don't have to find all of that. They don't gotta be looking for a photographer going around. They don't gotta be looking for drivers to go get the car. Everything I packaged up in one, which even made it more convenient. Because my packages, they end up with a delivery coordinator, so somebody to sign the client out. Okay. 2 drivers to go get the car. Okay. And then a photographer or videographer, however you want it. The car comes with a bow on it.
Yeah, I've been seeing those.
Comes with a bow automatically. And if they have any extra little trinkets like keychains or plate frames that they want to display, they just wait 4 hours in advance before the delivery.
Okay, and how are you able to get all these relationships, these brokerage and all dealerships? Did you know a lot of them from when you were working at your original dealership?
So when I was working with PTG 365, a lot of my relationships did come through them. Okay. So me going into dealerships, me talking to different finance managers, just shaking hands with the people that I should have been shaking hands with, talking to the people that I should have been spoken to. Yeah. So when I left off, one of my big clients that I have, he was with PTG. Then he opened up his own brokerage, Carganzo. Okay. So he's one of my big clients, and the owner his name is Chris, and he's amazing. So and it's crazy because me and Chris hit it off like this when we first met. Yeah. And he was one of my biggest supporters of when I branched off. I called him, I was like, yo, listen, this is what I plan on doing. He was like, yo, do it.
That's what's up.
He was like, do it. You got me. Do it.
Yeah, that support got you like, all right, I'm gonna get to
that was it. And it's crazy because I'll tell you this right now. Entrepreneurship and owning a business is very deceiving because a lot of people, and I never really understood it until I was in it, but a lot of people think they need a lot of money. They think that they need a lot of employees. You get what I'm saying? And it really doesn't take much. Got you. For me, it's all about the consistency of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, we've been open for 2 months, all of 2 months. So I'm still at a point where I still have to work with my team.
Yeah.
Like I can't just sit back and chill and let things work out. I still have to be out in the field. I still have to drive. I still have to be a chase car for my employees. If I need somebody to go pick up a car and they need to ride back to their car, I'm still that person right there. You know what I'm saying? Everything still filters through me too. You know,
you're still building your empire.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Building the process. You're still going through that phase of like, all right, I got something going. I still need to work on building.
Absolutely.
Building more of a team, and then we'll see how things go.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really all about the consistency. I'm not even gonna say, because I used to think that too. I used to be like, damn, I need mad money. I need like 20 bands saved because I'm gonna have to pay for this, pay for that, pay for this, and it really doesn't take that much. It really just takes consistency with what you want, you know, and everything it's about pacing yourself. I'm a firm believer of like slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, you know, it's like a marathon. Like, it's a marathon. It ain't just a sprint. You know what I'm saying? So, like, how going into that is like, what's the typical day like for you running this type of business?
Oh gosh. All right. So most of my clientele is like the brokers that I deal with, and I recently started working with dealership too. They have to give me a 24-hour notice in advance. So that's so important because we're commission workers. If my guys don't think that there's nothing going on, they're gonna already plan their day for tomorrow. You get what I'm saying?
Like summertime, everything going on.
Right. So that is a must. Any new clients that are like interested or whatever, I do bring them onto my booking app. So I have a free booking app where you can actually book your clients. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can book straight through the app. Wow. So you don't even have to you don't gotta talk to me. OD, you don't even gotta talk to me. There's literally a link. You go to the link in my bio on my Instagram. You click on it. You pick what package you want. Yeah. You set up the time, and then it's a go. It's a go.
You get a notification on your phone.
And I get a notification in my email, and I forward the email to everybody that I need to forward it to.
Damn, that's fire.
Yep.
We gotta crack this thing right now. You're doing amazing things.
I mean, like I said, it's the convenience of everything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Really, I think that's what for me, entrepreneurship is really having the convenience and financial freedom to do what you want and create. You know, that's the way I look at it. Like, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with 9 to 5. You know, I still think, you know, if you want to do that's great. You know, save up, bread, stack up, do what you want to do in the long term. But I think having a convenience, I think this pandemic shows like having a convenience and financial freedom is always key because you never know. You get clipped from your 9 to 5, and it's like, damn, I have no other skill and nothing else going for me. But now, you know, with this pandemic and everything, it shows that you can still do other things. Absolutely, you know?
Absolutely. And you know, when you have that open mindset of being an entrepreneur, you don't think so small on such a small scale. You know what I'm saying? Big. And you always running into people, especially who are on that scale with you, who are entrepreneurs at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's even better because like right now, like we was talking about the whole fleet situation. Everybody wants a rental company now. Everybody banging out the exotic cars, renting them out, making money off of it. You know what I'm saying? And I was also thinking about that aspect. I was like, wait, but you know, maybe I should branch off to rental companies because I know they need to get these cars back and forth.
So it's another outlet for you to just think big.
There we go. There's something else.
I got the broker.
Yeah.
Now I'm focused with the rentals now.
I'm telling you.
It's a whole other game. Because rentals sometimes they be like, I'm not. You know, you got to go to the shop and pick it up.
Exactly.
They're not delivering it to you. They like crazy. It's a rental. You're not getting that shit delivered to you.
Exactly.
I'm charged for the delivery. Boom, right there. Damn.
Yep. Shit. And just think about it, you know, like I said, they want a nice trusted company who's able to get their cars from point A to point B. So that's another thing. I got like a whole plan for rental companies, especially like I have a whole plan for rental companies at the same time to kind of bring them on board as well, and you know, talk and just build that network. Yeah.
We was just talking, off camera too, about SRT. We talked about Nick. Yeah, like, cause I know he does. Like, I did an interview with him earlier in the year, and he was talking about how he went out his cars and how he got into the whole doing cars, auto detailing. It's crazy, like it's a small world. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he not from the Rock, but Rock is close by. You really talking about the same people, and it's crazy how all entrepreneurs stick around each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody gonna know each other. If you're doing something right, you're gonna find the right people.
That's what it's all about. I mean, you know, like I said, there's when you get into this entrepreneurship. Oh, we toasting? Oh yeah.
Cheers. There we go.
When you get into this entrepreneur level, like your scale just grows so much larger. You start looking at things with with such a open mindset at the end of the day. It's like, well, if I started off here, like, I'll be really honest. And this is why I say consistency is key. But if you have something, you got to run with it. So my first full month was in March. I think we banged out right when the No, it was this March.
Oh, okay.
This March, This March, and the first full month we did about 40 cars delivered.
40 cars?
Yeah, we did like, I think a little over 40 cars.
Damn, so you definitely delivered more than one car a day because it was only...
Right. Like, so it was hectic because I was like, man, yo, this shit is wilding. I was like, yo, I might need to hire some more people because we was working, but my team, they stayed solid. I'm forever grateful for them. I'm forever grateful for them.
I like that you built a team because, it's going to take a team. A lot of people don't realize being an entrepreneur, you can't do everything by yourself. You have to have a team. There's no way you could do, schedule, get the cars there, talk to, you can do that by yourself. So shout out to teams out there. It was
retarded. We did about 40 cars. Now April comes, right? Now, like I said, we had a momentum going. Now April comes and it slows down. Gotcha. Crazy, right?
I was going to ask, what's the slow season?
But so the thing is with the car industry, this is gonna be this. Like usually spring, summertime, everything starts picking up. People start getting taxes back. Everybody want to get out their new cars. Everybody feeling good. They want to just purchase some big shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is when it starts going. But like I said, slow and steady wins the race all the time.
Yeah.
So during this slow moment, what I wanted to, because all right, let's give a little backstory about our relationship, right? How we know each other.
Definitely.
We grew up in the PAL system.
Exactly.
We had a lot of support from adults who looked out for us heavy.
Shout out to Stan.
I'm telling you, everybody there. Mr. B, we had Miss Angela,
they really was on.
We had so many adults who looked out for us crazy, and I wanted that's how I want my team to run as well, right? It's to always understand that no matter what, y'all gotta look out for each other.
Yeah.
So my guys, like I said, my team is small, and I have young men on my team, and the young men that I have on my team, when it's slow time, I also want to teach them certain things too. Like for instance, filing your taxes, how to properly file your taxes. So my guys are not W-2 workers. They work per car.
Yeah, it's like freelance work.
That's what I'm saying. So they're W-9 workers. Yeah. Like they have to file a 1099, a Schedule C at the end of the year if they want to open up an LLC and stuff like that.
Yep.
So certain things of that stature, I want them to know, because at the end of the year, when I file my taxes, I'm going to file them properly.
Yeah.
I need you to do the same thing. Exactly. You get what I'm saying?
Because it affects you.
Thank you. Because I need you to understand how this all plays a part. So I don't want you to just work. I want you to be able to work and understand and learn some shit.
To get them some knowledge.
You get what I'm saying? Because it's one thing too. What a lot of small businesses do is that they create a team, they get people, but they don't really teach them essential things that need to be taught at the end of the day too. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're working at a 9 to 5. They don't
train you the stuff that they need.
That's it.
Done. They don't teach you the essential things that go about life.
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't. Right. They don't know. They don't teach you like, okay, what 401k plan do I really need? What health insurance plan should I really invest in? Yep. What W? What's my W-2? You don't really
teach that in college.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't teach that shit. They don't teach it in high school. They just like, you get out in the world, you figure it out.
That's it.
Hire an accountant or talk to your tax.
Thank you. So. A lot of young black men on top of that, and being in the automotive industry, you're around a bunch of young men, and the thing is that sometimes they can get so manipulated. They see these people buying big cars. They around. You get what I'm saying? Like
people that's buying these type of cars.
You get what I'm saying? And
really can't afford.
You get what I'm saying? And they only driving it. But it's like, I don't want them to limit themselves into thinking that they can't obtain all of this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta know, like, it's definitely like if you want that car that you dropping off, you can get that car.
OD.
Don't sell yourself short. Don't set yourself.
OD, and that's never my goal to keep anybody just embedded into my company just cause. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm forever grateful for everybody who stays with me for the long run.
Yeah, because it's going to empire growing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a beautiful thing, and that's exactly what I want. I want people to come in. I want them to feel like, damn, this is it right here. But I also want people to understand too, like, know when it's your time to go. Yeah. Don't, if you got an idea, if you got something that you want to do, I want to be that help at the same time. And it's crazy because I just found this out that Amazon actually allows the employees to start their own delivery service company.
On top, what?
Yeah, so they're able to work, and I don't know the specifics of it, but I literally just found out that they help and allow their workers to actually like create their own delivery route and make their own company.
Like a conflict with interest in a way, you know. I mean, but I guess at the end of the day, it's coming from Amazon, so they making bread.
That's what I'm saying, because you still got to work for them to get the opportunity.
So if you get an opportunity, you're gonna be bringing them money as well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Amazon, man, I know Jeff Bezos ain't the CEO no more, but they doing crazy things.
But it's kind of like Uber too, you know, like. Uber, you getting your fair share too. You're allowing other people to step into that commission entrepreneur like environment there, make their own money, set their own schedules, do their own thing. At the same time, y'all still making money.
Yep.
Y'all allowing other people to still make money. And I know some Uber drivers who make 6 figures.
Yeah, and it gives them flexibility.
It gives them so much they can still hang out with their families, they can still buy homes, they can still invest, they work on their own time.
Yep.
So that's kind of like where I want this company to also run with.
Create the flexibility for people to have their own, or work with you and do things at the same time.
Absolutely,
that's a great way to start. Like I think, are you looking for interns or like?
The only interns that I'm looking for right now, which is crazy because I'm about to post it in the middle of the month, is
interns. Holla at you about
it's really creatives, videographers, photographers, because honestly, those are really easy yet hard to find. Yeah, which is crazy.
That's consistent and it's going to show up on
that's
time.
A fact.
And really be for you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. But I mean, the job is really simple. My clients, they just require a couple of pictures to be taken of the car, client with the car and stuff like that. But like I said, that's included in my package. So I like that professional content that I can swing over to them and also bring their vision to life too. You know, like I said, like the automotive industry, it's a lot of dealerships. They're ran by like older men. Yeah, that majority that's been passed down. And a lot of things that they're doing still, it just doesn't resonate with like the younger generation, like the millennial age
at all. Stuck in their old ways.
Yeah, which is why a lot of brokers are winning right now.
Because
I'm
gonna open up. I'm gonna change it up.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll find a car, but now I got the service that's going to help me out.
That's what I'm saying. And not only that, they come with the videos. They come with the confetti and the streamers and stuff like that. They wanna create more of an experience. But for buying a car for anybody,
Exactly. And in terms of when you make these deliveries to the customer, on the customer side, how's the experience on their end?
The customer side. Okay, so like let me tell you what customers. So a lot of the customers, it really depends, because a lot of customers that I get, you can always tell the service that they've received from whoever they bought the car from. Oh, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
You can sense they vibe.
Exactly. You can always sense their experience of buying this car and what they went through when you first speak to that client and say, "Hey, I'm coming to drop your car."
Yeah, you can tell on the tone of their voice. They can
all the time.
Like happy or like
annoyed, tired, like been waiting for days, like. Or they just feel like they're getting got, and at the end of the day, it's sales, right? Nobody likes the feeling of being sold. So that's kind of like where I come in at the end of the day, because I'll pull up and I'm like, all right, cool, we here now. Yeah. Forget everything else. We gonna chill.
It's a different experience.
It's over. You can whoever yourself. It's over. I'm here. I got paperwork. Sign this paperwork. I got my photographer. You better put this right. I got a big bow on it. Yo, you better come. Some clients where you can always tell us, but I'm there to lighten that moment up.
That's good.
And my other delivery coordinator, she's the same way. She's we are in a male-dominated industry. And I think a lot of people don't understand how male and ego-driven the car business is.
It's like that.
It's tough. It's tough. So
how is it being a woman in the industry? How is it for you and your team? How is it?
Listen. What? Obstacles isn't even a word. Now, mind you, and it's crazy because a lot of people don't know who I am. A lot of people don't understand what I do. So I still walk into dealerships. I ask to speak to sales managers. I ask to speak to GMs. And I pitch what I do. And I've gone to dealerships all on the island. I've gone to dealerships in Jersey. And I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it till this day.
It's groundwork. Like people
it's groundwork.
I'm gonna kick my feet up. I'm
out here. I'm out here. I'm handing out business cards and all of that. Like, it's real. I have to though, because I need the consistent clientele. So why? Because I need my team to make money. Because again, my team gets paid per transaction.
Exactly. So if you get more clientele, it creates more team, more motivation for your team.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna want to work. They want to they want to go outside on a rainy day and go grab a car and bring it from Long Island to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna hesitate with that.
Got you. So what is the duration? Like I saw on your website, it's 2 hour max. So like how does that? So is it the typical time it takes?
So typical time depending on how far the dealership is from the client's house. So I do a 2 hour max.
Okay.
So it doesn't include us getting to the dealership. So say for instance you set up a time for 10 a.m. My driver will get to that dealership at 10 a.m. And that paperwork has to be ready for us to get to wherever we're going. So your time frame for your client will be between 10 and 12.
That range.
Okay. Anything over, we charge per mile.
Oh, okay. Just like U-Haul or anything.
Correct.
Car service, rental service. You got charged per mile. Just this is principle.
Yeah, so I mean, right, because it makes sense. Like, I'm not going to take a trip out to Philly 3 hours, 4 hours out, and still charge you the same price. It doesn't make any sense. Mathematically, it doesn't add up. You know what I'm saying? But it's still cheaper. So, like, the average rate per mile in the state of New York is like 58 cents. So I knocked it down to 50.
Oh, give them a little deal, like
you know what I'm saying? Right. And I do little deals too, like for the clients that I already have. Like if I'm delivering 2 cars from one dealership to the same spot, I cut them off a little $100. You know what I'm saying?
Because you want to keep them around, like good customer service.
Exactly.
Like, around. Y'all been messing with me since I started.
Yep.
Keep y'all around.
And honestly, and I'll tell you this right now too, when it comes to entrepreneurship, because you always want to price yourself at what you're worth. You know what I'm saying? And that's super important. That's super big, especially if you're providing a service to somebody.
I think a lot of people fear that.
Yes, they do.
Putting that number on it because when they kind of shy, like, oh, let me mark it down.
Right.
Be worried what the person gonna say, but if you know your worth, you should just.
That's a fact, and it's not even the worth part about it. It's the work. Like my thing is that. Okay, cool. You don't have to pay me my price, right? But you go ahead and go do a delivery by yourself. You go get 2 drivers because you're going to need 1 driver to drive the car there. You're going to need somebody to pick you up from that delivery. So you need 2 cars. Then on top of that, you need to contact the photographer. You better hope they're not booked. You know what I'm saying? Because they will be booked, right? And then on top of that, you got to make sure that when you get to the dealership, that paperwork is ready because it's never ready. Ever ready, especially
it's unorganized. Most of them are unorganized.
It's never ready. Dealership will tell you one time, you get there, you waiting 2 more hours.
And you think they would want to be more professional, being that they're selling a large item like that?
You would think
this is not like a $500 item. It's thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
And they're being unorganized. I think once they get that deal, they're like, fuck it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's such a bad way of thinking about it because, like I said, once that paperwork until that paperwork is signed, nobody is making money. So that paperwork has to be signed and back and funded. That's when the money comes through.
Gosh,
you know what I'm saying? So, but this is why we're the closing operation of it because we're literally the end of it. We're the closing part of it.
Liaison to the end point of this.
That's
it.
To
the end destination, and it's like, all right, it's all over with. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's crazy. And what was the biggest dealership for you? Like, when was it like when you landed that dealership? Like, damn, I got this shit. Now it's up from here.
So I actually landed a dealership it's a little farther than Jersey, but it's Route 1 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Okay.
That's my first dealership, and it's still my only dealership that I currently work with. Dealerships.
I work with a lot of brokers.
Right, brokers. Yeah, I work with more brokers, but dealerships are a little more tough because they're stuck in their old ways. You know what I'm saying?
You said, they like stuck in the
right. They don't really, or some of them are like, well, we have people who do it, but it's just kind of like whatever. Dealerships are like, the grandpas of like the automotive industry. A lot of dealerships are like.
Now it's not even like that's the old thing now.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So a lot of them, they're figuring it out at the end of the day.
So the brokers know what's up. They
know
what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. The brokers know what's up because they need that service. They don't. Like I said, it's tough. When you in that moment, you trying to get a car delivered, you trying to talk to a client, close a deal here, you got another client that you got to follow up with, and then you got to worry about delivering a car that's 2 hours away.
2 hours away. Damn, your service is definitely going to eat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
How many brokers, how many brokers are you working with right now?
So,
how did you get to meet so many brokers? How did you network with so many brokers?
Well, a lot of them came from, we were all like, honestly, a lot of us stemmed from PTG. So a lot of us were working there. Some of them left, branched off, did their own thing.
But you kept a relationship.
Yeah, I keep a relationship. That's the most important thing too, is that It's one thing to build to have a relationship with somebody. It's another thing to keep a relationship. You know, like first impressions are everything.
That's a fact.
To people.
Yeah,
and like I said, when you're in a male dominated industry, they look at you as a female like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of that criticism at first.
Yeah, you gotta
really prove and show and prove.
But not even they'll test you, right? Really? So they'll test you all the time. You get what I'm saying? But
walk in the parks.
That's what I'm saying. They test you all the time, but it's cool. You know why? Because there's a balance that men and women have when it comes to business, right? So when, like I said, breaking out into a male dominated industry, I have to submit myself, but also show that, like, bro, this is no game. I'm not playing with y'all. Right. I'm not playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, but that's what keeps the relationship balanced, and that's what keeps it afloat. You know, so like my brokers consistently, they sometimes use me, they sometimes don't use me, but that's why I do what I do. This is why I'm still going in and out of dealerships, talking to people, talking to GMs, talking to sales managers, pitching. Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, you can use me one day, you cannot use me another day. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. And that's the also too the love of this industry and the flexibility of it is that you could choose to use me or you could choose not to use me. Yeah. But I'm there. Exactly. I'm a service that eventually I know one day you gonna pick up that phone, you gonna hit that app button, you're gonna be like, yo, I need to book you. You get what I'm saying? Because
when they get busy.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, at the end of the day, nobody wants to keep being outside. Like delivering a car on a snow day. I've delivered cars on snow days, rainy days. Yeah. Nobody want to do that.
Especially in the cities like, oh, it's raining, I'm good. I'm not.
That's what you feel me?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not moving. I'm not.
Nobody wants to do that at the end of the day. Like, but at the end of the day, you know who's still working? Amazon workers. USPS is still working. FedEx is still working. UPS is still working. They still delivering. They still delivering packages. You feel me? Yeah. And that's how. That's the level and the scale that I see it as. It's like, you know.
Separate yourself from that. It's like I'm doing it when nobody else doing it.
Exactly. We're gonna do it regardless. We're gonna make it happen anyway. But yeah, I mean, going back to the whole intern thing, the only interns that I'm really looking for right now is really creatives. Like, yeah, like photographers who just could, you know, easily pop out, come take a couple of flicks, and just, you know, make it happen for my clients, you know.
Yeah, I see the commercials you got going too.
That's
I saw the recent one you dropped and then the old one you did. With your team, I think, in the office, and y'all was wearing.
Yeah, so yo, what's crazy about that is that the females that was in it, that was my girl. One of the girls was my girlfriend, and then her two friends. And it happened such on the spot. I was like, yo, I need y'all. Come through for me. And we did that in literally like 4 hours.
Word.
So my main videographer is like my brother. Yeah. He actually did my birthday video too, but he does. You know, Taurus gang. You know the vibes. So. He's like my brother. He actually popped out, did that commercial for me. Yeah. He did it in 4 hours. He delivered me that the next day with the edits and all that.
And you don't really get that type of turnaround from
because listen, I was such in a crunch because I originally wanted to launch in January. I launched mid-February. Which was cool. It wasn't too bad.
That's
so I was like,
a month, you know.
Right. So it wasn't bad at all. So I did it mid-February. We launched the commercial and everything like that. And then we started going. We started, people was hitting us up. We was doing deliveries left and right. March was an amazing month for us. April, like I said, was kind of slow. Now we in May. So like this is just, we just gonna, like I said, it's just, I still gotta be out there.
Yeah. You
still gotta be out there.
Just keep grinding, keep seeing what's
going on.
Still
gotta do it.
So one thing I like to ask my entrepreneurs is, I see an empire growing like this. Like I said, this is a service that no one else is doing right now, and especially starting off, young black women doing this right now. I see it taking off for real. And what would you do if somebody came to you and was like, yo, 5 years down the line, your business is booming, and they want to say, yo, I want to offer you, I want to buy your business.
Like buy it straight off me?
I want to buy your business, or I want to because like a lot of investment deals, like Jay-Z, he gave up. I mean, he just sold. Title. He gave up all his percentage to Jack Dorsey, which I understand because him and Jack Dorsey do a lot of business together. Yep. And he's gonna be on the board of Square with that deal. But would you sell your business, or would you do like the ownership deal he did with Moet with the 50? He still kept a majority.
Oh, that's a good question. I would say this. So. Me being that's a good question, because I think that actually put Jay-Z out there. Jay-Z is a heavy investor.
Yeah.
And Jay-Z's been doing it for so long. Mm-hmm. So I think his reason for like Tidal, you know, the deal with Tidal, the collab with Moet, I think a lot of that comes from his experience of already being an entrepreneur and already building those relationships with investors. So I think him actually selling Tidal off, I think that was just, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it was a calculated move.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
He's getting it up, but he's still in the square.
And this is not his first time owning something. You know what I'm saying? Like he got Rockefeller, right? Def Jam. He had Rockaware. You know what I'm saying? Like he has here's another liquor company. What is it? Ace of Spades.
Ace of Spades.
There we go. See, so I think his experience led him to be like, all right, cool, I can give up Tidal. You know what I'm saying? So now
he looked at the bigger picture, I think.
Yeah, so like that question, I think when you're first an entrepreneur, you have something that you own right now. I think it's like your baby. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like the start. I can't let nobody touch this. I can't let just anybody say anything. So as far as your question, no, I wouldn't let anybody buy me out as of now.
Got you.
I would say that. I'm not going to say I would never let anybody do that. I wouldn't say that because I feel I truly believe, and I say this because I was in a situation, I truly believe that everybody goes for a price. Yeah. Everybody gets bought up for a price.
I believe so.
And I say this because I used to work for Whole Foods. Whole Foods Market was my first job.
Okay, yeah, got you.
And they got bought out by Amazon. But let me tell you the funny story with that. A week before they got bought out, the owner, John Mackey. Yeah. He actually sent us an email, like a blasted email saying, he didn't even tell us what it was about. He literally had a town hall meeting. He sent out an email, blasted us and said, hey, listen, I know you guys are hearing some things, but we are not selling Whole Foods. Okay. Whole Foods, and this is at the time where Amazon and Walmart was like fighting for Whole Foods.
Got you.
He was like, "There's no way nobody's gonna be able to buy us out. We're good." Yeah. Week later, Amazon bought them out for like $13 million. I'm like, yo, bro, and that right there proves it. Yo, everybody goes out with a price, bro. Like I'm not even gonna hold you. A week later, I was like, wow. He held a whole town hall meeting and everything. I said, bro, we thought you wasn't getting bought out. Yo, everybody goes for a price. So
that price is quick.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say I would not say that in the future, I'm never going to be like, no, I could never. Everybody goes for a price at the end of the day. But as far as right now, 5 years down the line, if things are really popping, it's really going well, I definitely would include investors. I would definitely include people who, part ownership of certain things. Yeah, I would definitely work and partner with people with it.
That's smart. And I think as you get older as well, you can realize, like, I don't, sometimes you want to just kick back.
That's a fact.
I put the groundwork in when I was in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. I want to kick back, man.
And I'm chilling.
I did what I put my groundwork and I got a foundation. Yep. Everybody eating. Now it's time for me to kick back. So that's when you might be like, all right, I'll give up a percentage.
That's a fact.
I'm not going to take the whole company shares. It's time to give up something.
Yeah, and honestly too, it's a good opportunity as well. There are people out there who, have a lot of more knowledge than I do in the automotive industry, who can probably come in and put things in perspective for me, teach me how to maybe go about certain things or how to operate something else differently. So, and I'm always open to that, as long as, and it's so crazy because business sometimes could be so shady. You could be so skeptical sometimes of people just want to be included in what you got going on because they see it as a good idea.
Trying to gain from this,
right?
What is the backstory to this?
And that's one of my fears too, because I'm a very open person. I'm always there to listen to somebody if they have a good idea, even if it's something that somebody wants to try. I'm usually pretty open to it. But like I said, I think this is like the baby, so it's like. I gotta scale back from just being so open and hear every suggestion that people want to throw at me. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, 5 years down the line, I would definitely consider, especially if things are going well.
That's good. Do you see yourself sticking to just the tri-state area? Could you see yourself branching off?
No, so that's Florida, of course, because New York is the mecca of everything. You know, you got good transportation out here, you got bad transportation out here. You always gonna MTA still gonna be alive. I don't care what nobody's saying. MTA is forever gonna be alive in New York. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not everybody drives, but you know, you go to other states and everybody needs a car. You go to Atlanta, you go to Florida, you go to Midwest, like, you know, a lot of places you still very much need a car.
Yeah.
So I think this service is definitely going to help a lot. Especially outside of New York.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Especially West Side, West Coast.
That's
Cali.
what I'm saying. Cali, you need a car, Cali.
People, especially traffic, they're like, you know what, you can live in my car in that traffic?
Yo, I'm telling you. And I can stay home, kick my feet back, you know?
Because, damn, Cali, Atlanta, traffic crazy. Everywhere that's in traffic, you can eat over that. I need a car.
OD.
Oh, my God.
OD.
I see so much vision for this damn.
I know. You see, yo. It's so crazy because I talk to a lot of people about it, and it's so funny because when I first launched and everything, everybody thought I just sold cars. And I'm like, bro, I'm not selling no car no more. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. It's not that I can't do it, but this part of it is just so much more fun.
Yeah, way better.
It's just so much more fun.
Quicker exchange.
Yeah, like
I think it's the best way to go.
Yeah, they already the dealership already did the work. I just gotta go there. I gotta explain paperwork to them. They sign. We take picture, a little video, and then we out.
So much simpler. Damn.
Yeah.
You would have thought. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to who was that put you on the first car dealership?
Oh, PTG 365. Yeah.
Give me that vision to go.
Yeah, definitely.
Create something that's major for you.
Like, yeah, it's crazy too. It's crazy because I mean, it just started, and I still have the notebook till this day. It just started off with me just scribbling down in a notebook. I went to Target.
You gotta document that shit.
Yeah, I went to Target, and I was like, damn, I need something to write in. And I picked up a little notebook, and and from there, I just scribbled everything in that notebook. And then time went on, and I was like, all right, cool, I got this together, I got that. Because, like, it even became so, like, because I'm big on customer service, and I wanted everything to be very professional. Meaning, like, my guys, they have ID tags. My drivers, they have a uniform shirt that they have to wear. So they have a kit that includes a hand drill, hand sanitizer, steering wheel covers. They all have to have masks on, stuff like that.
PPE safety. You know?
Yeah. So so I just wanted to make sure that it was as professional as it could be.
And
you know what I'm saying?
The experiences working at like a Starbucks and Apple will help you gain that professional.
Absolutely. Listen, I don't ever knock anybody who works a 9 to 5, who works a regular job, who works any type of retail, who works for a good company. Because like Starbucks, Apple, Whole Foods, like those are Fortune 500 companies. Like those are big name companies, and the reason why is because of their customer service. Like Apple taught me so much, just like how to deal with all types of clientele. And I worked at the one on Fifth Avenue, so I worked in a big joint.
Yeah, that's just busy.
Yeah, so just learning how to how to talk to certain people, because it's really not all about what you say, it's how you say it to people. Yeah. That's learning. Very true. That's very true. Like
that's also who you know. Like I think in the industry, it's not like what you know is who you know.
All the time.
You would probably never gotten as far as if you didn't meet and network.
And exactly. Yeah. So I'm always forever grateful for the opportunity, you know, that I've had. Like I said, the PTG allowed me to shake hands with a lot of people that I probably would have never had shaking hands with before. Like DJ Spin King, for instance. I delivered his car. I delivered his brother's car to him. You know what I'm saying? So. I don't know. A lot of people know MG, the mortgage guy.
Yeah. I know.
I delivered his car, his range. Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
Rashad Bilal. I delivered his car.
That's crazy. My boys, shout out to Campside Studios. They just did they did one of his podcasts.
Yeah.
Earn Your Leisure podcast. So that's amazing. See, it's more. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good stuff, you know. But you know, you always want to keep those. Like I said, like it's one thing to have a relationship, but to keep those relationships is where things get is where people need to see the importance of it, 100%. Right? Because you don't got to talk to somebody all day every day. Nah. You know what I'm saying? But if you're able to pick up a phone and say, "Yo, can I see you? Can we chat it up? Can we talk?" Like that's what's important.
Exactly. And that's like PR respect. That's public relations right there. Keeping that network and keeping that relationship with people.
Absolutely.
And one thing I also like to ask my entrepreneurs is like they say there's 5 skills all entrepreneurs have to, you know, get out there and do their thing. And they say it's research, focus, cash management, communication, and learning. What would you say is your strongest skill, and what would you say is a skill you can improve on?
Oh, let's see. So, damn. All right, listen again for me.
Research,
focus,
cash management,
communication,
and learning.
Learning. So I would say what is my biggest communication? Communication is definitely my strongest. I would say.
I would agree.
Yeah.
You have to communicate. You have to be able to communicate.
You have to,
these deals happening with the brokers and dealerships.
Yo, it's not even that. It's also too like keeping people to like keeping my team together. Like it's not all. Well, we could go days sometimes without having any work, not delivering a call. You know what I'm saying? But I still hit them up. I still talk to them. I still say, yo, you know, how you doing? What's been going on? What you doing for the week? You know what I'm saying? So that's super, super important. Just so people know that, like, yo, you ain't forget about this. So they know, like, oh, you still on this.
That's very important. I think it's key. Like, a lot of people sometimes feel like they don't know what's going on.
Right.
To have somebody communicate to them all the time. They like, oh, I'm stuck with this person. Because I remember, like, it be days on here, but they always communicate.
OD.
They always making sure I'm good.
OD.
That's what's up. And what would you say is a skill you can improve on?
That I can improve on, I would say cash management. And the reason why I say this, so I opened up in February. I have yet to pay myself. Right? I have yet to pay myself. And
you gotta celebrate yourself.
Nah, yeah. But listen, let me tell you, because it gets so overwhelming sometimes because like I said, like I want my team to always eat first. Yeah. Always eat first. And I really had, because I have a certain amount of money saved, so I'm good. Which is the reason why I haven't even dipped into anything that we've made profits or any of that. But I kind of want to keep it like that for a little while. Yeah. Because I have certain things that are like set up, but it's so hard when you start off as a business to analyze cash flow. Yeah. Because you don't have anything to really work off of.
You don't have a year worth of data.
Right.
All right, I know what happens around this time of year,
right.
So let me just, let me hold off on this spending. So
right.
Right now it's still a figuring out.
Yeah. And then on top of that, you want to make sure that you want to be as profitable as you can be. You don't want to you don't want to be spending money on unnecessary things, whether it's for your team or whatever the case may be. So I just rather not touch it. I'm at that point where I'm like, I'd rather just not even. So I've yet to pay myself at all for any work that we've done.
They actually say the average entrepreneur earns up to only like $50,000 average.
Yeah, facts.
So it's like a lot of people think, oh, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be rich.
Yo, it's the opposite, complete opposite. And I feel like honestly, if you don't start off at broke, you're not really you're doing something wrong. Because I feel it's like being a rapper or being like a musician or something.
You gotta know that like that grind from the
you gotta know that down point first before you start leveling up. So exactly. So cash management is definitely something that both me and my partner were like, yo, we gotta get this together first. We gotta see enough flow consistently. So that we can then distribute how we're supposed to distribute. So
definitely, it's understandable. That's a living and learning.
Yeah, definitely.
You just started the business, so once you learn, I feel like once you get a full year worth of data,
and that's another, like I said, like we don't got really nothing to work off of. So to even like try to be like, split this, go, go pay yourself this. Like even us calculating how much we should pay our employees was kind of like iffy too. It was kind of like up in the air because it was
about it for freelance work.
Right, and it was like, damn, what makes more sense? How much is this? And the amount of math we was doing with this, it was.
So what advice would you give to someone that's trying to get into this industry, in terms of the car? Not even maybe say like the car delivery service, but maybe being in a car dealership. What advice would you give to somebody?
If you want to, I would say. Definitely do your research. Do your research, and also make sure. And what I mean by do your research is, so there's levels to it, right? You got Honda, you got Toyota, and then you got the big joints. You got Benz, you got BMW, you got Lamborghini, you got Rolls Royce. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And what I've noticed is that. When you're in the automotive industry, it seems very intimidating at first, because regardless of the fact, nobody wants to be spending $30,000 on a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? Like
nobody wants to go in there and spend that money.
That's what I'm saying. Right. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter how much money you have, because at the end of the day, a vehicle is a depreciation it has a depreciation value. Yeah, once you know what I'm saying? It's a wrap, And my thing is that if your passion is people, then get into the industry. You don't have to have, but also, like I said, do your research, because cars can be very complex. You know, you got older model cars, you got new model cars, and also a lot of things take into play, like credit. You know, and then on top of that, it's a touchy subject for a lot of people too, because it's a thing that a lot of people want and need who maybe can't afford it at the same time. So you know, at the same time, you got to be ready to break some hearts at the same time too. And it's a very beastie industry. Yeah,
because everybody want that sale.
Everybody want that sale. You walk through the door, everybody looking at you like a dollar sign, and that's no problem. You know what I'm saying? But you know, do your research onto, like, you know, what it really takes to be a car salesman, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be sold anything. A lot of people look at car salesmen like crooks.
They just trying to steal my money.
That's it. You get what I'm saying? So what I would say is if you have a passion, you know, don't make it about the object all the time. You know, if you have a passion for people and you really want to help people and you really love cars, then get into that type of industry. Like my delivery coordinator, she's a female, but she really loves cars. Like she's worked in a dealership before. She worked in multiple dealerships before.
So she really just has a passion for cars.
She loves cars. She really loves cars. She loves selling cars. She loves talking about cars. You know what I'm saying? So that's her field, which is why I have her with me.
Yeah, because she knows what she's talking about. She's been doing this for
exactly. See, my thing is my love is not for cars, but my passion is for people. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that I get to deal with people. I like the fact that I get to run my own team. I like the fact that I have a service that I can provide to clients who may not feel too comfortable purchasing such a big item. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's where my specialties come in. Her thing is she talks about the car. Oh, this is what this does. This is what that does. This is what, and I love it. That's
it. That's good. That's why you got on the team.
That's why I got her there. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody has their reason why they're on the team.
And she's a female. You don't know. You don't come across so many females.
Don't know too much about cars. And
you know what I'm saying?
It's like, wow, she sticks out. So that's good. Now I'm sure that helps a lot when selling. Or
absolutely.
That's what's up.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. And in terms of how can people support your business, how can people support the convenient closing operation?
Send all of the people that you know who sell cars, who own a dealership, who are managers of dealerships, who have their own brokerage and leasing, because there's a lot out there. There's a lot out there. There's so many.
Yeah, so like you said, it's saturated. So
it's so
somebody
saturated.
Needs that service. It's
somebody needs it. You know, my team is a lot of fun. Like I said, the person that sold you the car, the company that's selling you the car, you might not have the greatest experience with them, you know, but at the end of the day, I think when we pull up and we show the convenience and we show the organization, you know, we talk like we talk and we know what we're talking about. I think it, you know, we show you the car, you get what I'm saying? I think it lightens up the situation a lot for a lot of companies out there. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. And I mean, continue to grow this empire. Like, I'm excited to see what this.
I'm super excited.
I will probably be an investor. Just because I see a vision for it. And everybody keep supporting Paula's business.
Yes.
Supporting all entrepreneurs. And I'm gonna keep bringing y'all great entrepreneurs. I appreciate you again, Paula, for coming through.
Yes, and, Jared, always love.
Appreciate it. And we're gonna catch y'all next week.